Wednesday, patuloy po ang ating paggunita ng Semana Santa. And we have more about that for you today on Kababayan LA. But first, makipag-usap muna tayo sa ating mga kababayan, kompanyero dito sa Kababayan LA. Simply Legal with Attorney Karina Castañeda.
Hindi kailangan nakakalito ang batas. Liwanagin natin sa Simply Legal. Brought to you by Attorney Karina Castañeda and Attorney Manny Ibay.
So nice to see you once again, Attorney Karina Castañeda.
Thank you, Gino.
2 weeks ago, we talked about child abuse because it's Child Abuse Prevention Month or Child Abuse Awareness Month in April dito sa America. But now let's talk about something that we also need to discuss, domestic violence. Do you find that a lot of Filipinos go to you because, you know, in our culture, domestic violence, you can't really talk about it in the open, right?
Well, I think it's good that we are starting to be more open about it. It's a problem, you know, not only to the Filipino community, but to everybody, right? And it's good that we're talking about this because child endangerment and child abuse and elder abuse is also considered within domestic violence.
Right.
It's a it's a protection against those that we deem vulnerable.
Okay, so can you explain to us what domestic violence is according to the law?
Okay, it is willful infliction of corporal injury causing traumatic injury. Okay, corporal injury, and it causes traumatic injury. Basically, this is how the law is. If there's substantial injury to the recipient, to the alleged victim, and there's broken bones, there's black eye, that's going to be filed as a 273.5 under the Penal Code. Okay? But let's say there's really no visible marks.
Right.
But
Is there such a thing as emotional, physical, financial?
Yeah, well, not financial, not emotional, really. In the criminal arena, there has to be some sort of a battery. Okay. But battery doesn't require visible marks.
Okay.
Let's say you made the 911 call that your husband was coming after you after a knife or something like that, and of course the police is going to respond. That's going to be a domestic violence case. Now it's up to the district attorney or to the city attorney to see what injuries was sustained. If there was none, there may have been some bruising. If, let's say, the perpetrator was, you know, shaking you or something, that may be filed as a 243. Okay, which is a lower charge of domestic violence.
Is this considered a threat too? It's criminal threat? Well,
a criminal threat is
different.
It's kind of different, but it's within the domestic violence arena. Let's say it has to. I'm going to go get a gun and shoot you.
Okay.
That's a criminal threat.
Okay.
If the victim feels, let's say, oh no, he does have a gun. He knows how to shoot, right? And I think he's going to do it. Okay. Because he's made these threats before. That's going to be filed as a criminal threat.
So let's say, for example, I complain, I can sue? Is that how I should do it? Or I tell the police, this person said that he was going to kill me, or this person said I should be careful because something bad is going to happen to me. Is that considered a threat?
Well, it has to be on its face and under the circumstances so unambiguous.
Right.
Something bad is going to happen to you.
Right.
That may be deemed as so unambiguous, right? But if, let's say, the person says, when you get out of work, be careful because I'm going to be there and I'm going to have a gun.
Oh, okay.
See, do you understand? Yeah. It's they're legal.
So the law is still lax when it comes to these things because the perpetrator still needs to be very specific about what he or she's going to do to harm the other person. It's
very, very confusing. I give you that. And but it's up to the prosecutor to kind of find out what the facts were and to elicit that from the victim and see what charges can be filed.
And being a criminal lawyer such as yourself, what is your role in all this? Do you help the perpetrator that's being sued? Do you help the victim that's coming to you? Or
when you're using the word sued, that's usually in the civil arena. Once a police is called, that becomes in the criminal arena. That's a criminal case.
Right.
And with a domestic violence, you know, if it's filed as a felony, you're looking at state prison. Could be 6-year state prison, but based on your criminal record, it could even be more. Okay. And when you're found guilty and you're convicted of a criminal threat, that's a strike in California.
And what does a strike mean?
Well, there is a 3-strike law, right? Okay. So that's considered a strike, and you're looking at really pretty it's a serious charge in California. Nobody, let's say the victim or the caller or the person that was going through this recants, changes the story and says nothing happened.
Right. Is that admissible?
Well, what happens is the prosecutor or the county, the government can still proceed without you.
Wow.
It's no longer up to the victim.
So at this point, you need to call a criminal defense lawyer, and that is where Attorney Karina Castañeda comes in. That's the number to call on the screen if you want to schedule your consultation with her. And that's what I like about these Kababayan lawyers. They help us understand the laws here in America. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
All right. Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. Don't go away.